Hey guys, I'm Mike, and this is a quick reference guide for all of the blending modes in Photoshop and Manga Studio. I'm working in Manga Studio, and we are on to Color Burn, which isn't used very often, but I'm going to show you how you can use it to change the way your art looks. This is a scan I have of a pet portrait that I did, and it clearly got really washed out. It was done on watercolor paper by the bright light of the scanner. So maybe we can add a little bit of contrast with color burn. So I just have the original scan layer, and then above it I have a layer set to color burn. And what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to pick a color, any color, and I'm going to fill. So as you can see, I got a full fill there. So, and this is what it would look like if the layer opacity was set to 100%. So what's going on there? Well, color burn, the idea of it is that it creates an effect like silver halide photography. So the colors and the images on the layer below are darkened and then combined with the colors used in this layer to create this thing. Now, just slapping that filter over a layer maybe not a great idea. I mean, unless you're going for something very, very stylized like this. But you can use this to produce subtle effects and really change and add things. So if we reduce the opacity here to maybe 40%, and then we're going to get out. I'm just going to take a big soft airbrush, and I'm gonna brush in some color. So we've got yellow. We'll work with primary colors here. We'll go red on this side because it reads a little bit darker, and then at the bottom because there's a bunch of blues, we'll kind of see if I wanted, I could sort of brush in contrast wherever I wanted, and then you can go real heavy-handed with this, or even something like this, where you really get to see it. Let's bring these blues out in the bottom. And then, of course, you could reduce it to get a subtler effect and add a little bit of contrast in a way that you probably couldn't if you were just painting it in or doing a levels or something like that, because not only are you getting contrast, you're also getting a little bit of a color shift. So that's going to be really apparent on pixels that don't have any color in them, white pixels, gray pixels, things like that. But it's a really interesting filter, and you can do a lot with it. You can definitely create some very intense effects, but some of these blending modes are more useful the more subtle you are with them. They're not going to have a lot of uses, at full opacity, unless you're really trying to create something specifically stylized. So I hope that helps. This isn't a very popular mode. If you're like me, sometimes I just do an overlay layer, a fill layer on top, and then kind of flip through the blending modes to just see how it's changing. If you're just trying to bring a digital painting together in the end or something like that, I call them adjustment layers or effect layers. And this is a good candidate to be used as an effect layer, whereas a lot of the other blending modes can be used as an integral part of making art multiply, things like that. So yeah, I hope you understand how this thing is calculated, and this thing is kind of like a filter. It's a filter that you can adjust basically, and yeah. So that's it. Please like and subscribe, or ask questions in the comments. I'll be happy to make more videos about blending modes or whatever you like. Okay, so take care, guys.